Thank you, Graham. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Denise Bowden and I'm both the CEO of the Yothu Yindi Foundation and the Director of Garma. It's pleasing to welcome you all to Gulkula. I would like to thank the Gumatj clan for allowing us onto this spectacular escarpment to provide us all with the opportunity to conduct the business of Garma. The coming together of salt water and fresh water to intermingle and to forge forward with new concepts, new debates, new policies, but more importantly, new friendships and everlasting memories. If it is your second, third, 10th or 15th time back to Gulkula, we acknowledge your loyalty and thank you for your support. By now I would expect your Yolngu friends look for your return every year to share stories on what happens outside of the Garma period. If it is your first trip to Garma, I encourage you to listen, to think deeply on what people say today, that there are different angles that need consideration from this and other remote regions too. The Garma Key Forum is a place for safe dialogue, and while you're here, please remember that we are all on Gumatj land, and with that comes cultural protocols that need to be honoured and respected as our footsteps are left on this Dupama escarpment. To our Indigenous leaders here in the audience that each year trek north to Garma, we acknowledge your perseverance, patience and determination to make good on Indigenous affairs, to leave behind for our next generation a more positive, rounded edge to all Australia that we all strive to reach in terms of positive and collective visions. Enjoy your weekend. We have much to cover, and I would now like to ask our Board of Director, Mr Djapirri Mununggiritj, to come to the podium. Thank you.
Now I call Yanajmol Munungor to introduce our sister.
I've been asked to introduce one of the Gumatj leaders. She has been a long-term member of Yirkala. She has done a lot of work within the community with education, health. She's heavily involved with Reconciliation Australia, and she's heavily involved with Yothu Yindi Foundation and with Djapirri School Council. She wears a lot of hats. She's a leader in her own way. I call her my mother. She is from the Gumatj Talukong side, but still part of Gumatj. I would now like to introduce Djapirri Mununggiritj up onto the stage. Thanks.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, family, friends, and welcome to Gulkula. This place, Gulkula, is a very powerful in my life and in the life of a Yolngu. It is the foundation place for us, a place of our ancestors. Last year, in fact 2 years ago, I had a dream about Gulkula and the Garma Knowledge Center, which close to us. My dream is very powerful, and only Yolngu can understand it in full. The meaning holds power, the power of tongues of fire, so meaningful, so deep, so sacred that it goes deeper with layers upon layers of spiritual meaning and strength. This is what I saw. On each side of the Knowledge Center, where it's built, right here at Gulkula, two groups of Gumatj people were sitting around fire preparing for a special ceremony. All the men were painted and covered their body with kappan, the clay. Women were wailing, and then in a moment of silence, as the wind blew, the flame of fire rose with colors in its magnificent showing a pathway. 5 Dilak ceremonial Gumaj leaders then perform at this moment the special dance Lirji, the fire, symbolizing the strength and the courage, the unknown, and the ceremony that is of deep meaning to Yolngu. There are 2 sacred knowledge carriers, Zanea made of paper bark, their strength wrapped around their sides with balur, symbol of strength to hold the wisdom and knowledge of Yolngu. Then I saw 2 brothers, both Australian of the Year, Dr. Galarvo Yunupingu and Mr. Dr. M. Yunupingu, standing tall with pride, displaying the sacred headbands around their heads as the Dilak danced towards them in the final stage of the ceremony. 2 brothers stand in front of the Dilak who form the Baro, the crocodile dance, and they receive sacred knowledge carrier Dhanea. The 2 brothers then said to the Dilak Gumaj leaders, with this knowledge we will take on of his family on board our Lipa Lipa, which is the canoe. We will take this knowledge, they said, and the big brother said to the younger brother, Yoko Yoko, which means brother or young brother, you will paddle with your Lipa Lipa, and with this knowledge go far and as north as to the west, and I will paddle to the east, to the south. Together we will stay strong with our culture. This dream was 3 years ago. Now it is as powerful to me today as it was then. And I still dream it. I see other Gumaj men leaders who have gone before us spread our message, shown us the way. Now there is something more. There is another canoe, and in it 2 men, a prime minister and his fellow leader, Mr. Shorten, the leader of opposition. With them both in the canoe, it's a balance. And they are coming now and joining us because they can spread the message and find pathways for us. 2 laws, 2 people, 1 country. Thank you.
Jawa.